I have a family history of type 2 diabetes and I had pre-diabetes. I'm here to meet Mike, who is at the AUT School of Podiatry, to learn some simple tips on how to look after your feet. I'm here to find out what people with diabetes, like my dad and other members of my whānau, can do to prevent some common diabetes-related foot problems. Let's head inside. Oh, kia ora, Mike.
Kia ora, Monique. How are you?
You really well, thank you. How common are foot problems for people with diabetes?
Diabetes is the leading cause of preventable amputations here in New Zealand, and most people don't know that they're at risk and might not see a health professional until the problems become serious and it might be too late. The good news is almost all diabetes-related amputations are preventable if the foot problems are picked up early and treated early.
How can diabetes affect your feet?
Well, people with diabetes tend to have higher levels of sugar within their blood, so over time that can affect the blood vessels down to your legs and feet, but can also affect your nerves, where people can develop a condition called neuropathy. But if you're checking your feet every day for changes, big or small, you're more likely to pick up issues before they become more serious problems. So issues with circulation might mean that if you have a blister, it's going to take longer to heal, and in time that could become infected. In other instances, you might develop a sore that won't heal, and that can lead to more serious issues such as losing a toe, a foot, or even a leg.
So what can people with diabetes do to look after their feet?
Well, let's take a walk to the podiatry clinic and I'll introduce you to one of my friends. Today, Lawrence is going to be taking you through a standard foot check.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Kia ora, Lawrence.
Tēnā koe, Monique. Take a seat.
Oh, thank you. So what actually happens when you get your feet checked?
Whenever you go to the doctor, podiatrist, or see your diabetes nurse, it's a good idea to take off your socks and shoes so they can see if there have been any changes to your feet.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, Monique, I'm just going to check your blood flow, your pedal pulses. The first one is the dorsalis pedis, which is on the dorsal aspect of your feet. So I'm going to grab my monofilament. I just want to say that it might look dangerous. If you give me your hand, it's painless. And all we're trying to do there is flex that monofilament.
Okay.
And when that bends on your foot,
Gotcha.
then you should be able to feel the sensation. So if you can close your eyes and say yes, when you can feel it, that'll be awesome.
Okay. Yes. 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 Yes.
You pass with flying colours.
Oh, yay, that's awesome.
There are 5 simple steps you can take every day to look after your feet. Wash and dry your feet every day, including between your toes. Moisturise lightly, but not between your toes. Take care of your nails by cutting straight across and not too short. Check your feet or get someone to check them for you, and keep note of any changes to share with your health professional. Protect your feet by wearing socks and shoes. Avoid bare feet. You should always remember to check water temperature before getting into the bath or the shower, and avoid hot water bottles.
Got that. What else?
You should make it part of your routine to check your feet every day. If you have someone in your whānau with diabetes, offer to help with regular foot checks in case they have trouble checking their own. You can put a really simple kit together to use at home, with a mirror, foot file, moisturiser and nail clippers. This will help with your at-home foot care. You can have a mirror just like this one. This will help you check your feet at home to check for any changes in the feet, such as redness or changes to the shape of your foot. Look for cracks, swelling or bruises, and keep an eye out for common injuries such as blisters, corns and calluses. Make sure you check for ingrown toenails as well.
Is there anything else I can do at home?
If you have nerve damage, you will often lose feeling in your feet. Checking that you can feel the difference between carpet and lino is a good way to make sure you have feeling in your feet. You may also feel like your feet are burning, tingling, or have pins and needles. Pain in your calves when walking and pain in your legs and feet when resting can also be signs of nerve damage. People with diabetes often experience changes suddenly. If you notice any changes, big or small, make sure you tell your diabetes nurse, GP or podiatrist straight away. You can also keep track of changes in your feet by taking photos and uploading them to the free My Diabetes Journey app to show your doctor or diabetes nurse at your next appointment.
Okay, so I need to check my feet regularly at home to notice any changes. I need to download the My Diabetes Journey app to log those changes. And I need to let my doctor, my diabetes nurse or my podiatrist know if I've seen any changes. But what about wearing the right shoes?
Great question, Monique. Come with me. This is my colleague Aaron Jackson. He's an expert in fitting appropriate fitting footwear. Kia ora.
See you. Kia ora, Aaron. So what do you do here at AUT?
So I'm a lecturer here at AUT, and one of the big things I do with teaching our podiatry students is I teach footwear, and to teach things like the fit of shoes and how to pick the right shoe for injury prevention and comfort.
How do I make sure I choose the right shoe?
Here's my top tips for picking the right shoe. So it's really important that you find a shoe that fits your foot well. It matches the width and the shape of your foot. So finding a shoe where the upper, which is this material here, is breathable is important. Also, if you put your hand inside the shoe, you can feel inside here to see if there's any lumps or bumps or stitches and things that might cause rubbing on your foot. These things can lead to blisters and irritation like that. Also, the lacing is really important, or some way of fastening the shoe to your foot. So laces are obviously common, or even just a Velcro strap or something like that is helpful. The midsole, which is this section of the shoe here, is where all the cushioning and a lot of the stability comes from. So when you try the shoe on, you want to make sure it feels nice and soft underfoot and also fairly stable. Even a simple thing you can do at home is if the insole of your shoe comes out, you can take the insole out, pop it on the ground, stand on it, and then you can see if this sort of matches the shape of your foot. For example, if your foot hangs off the side of the shoe, then the shoe's probably too narrow. So there's lots of different types of shoes and they all suit different activities. So again, going to talk to someone, a shoe fitting specialist who can help to match the right kind of shoe for the types of activities you're looking to do in it is really important and really helpful. Also remember, as someone with diabetes, it's important to wear shoes both inside and outside of the house. Even when you're inside, you can still kick your foot or stub your toe or something, and especially if you've lost some feeling in your foot, you might not notice. So lots of shoe brands like Asics have multiple widths for the various shoes. So you need to just pick a shoe that's the right width for your foot so that it allows the proper room for your foot. So I think this is a good option for you.
Thank you so much for your help today. Now I know how to look after my feet and look for changes associated with my diabetes. I know how to choose the right shoe, but is there anything else I should know?
One of the best ways you can look after your feet is just to look after your diabetes. So the team at Diabetes New Zealand can help you with that.
Pretty good. So Olivia, you work with the team at Diabetes New Zealand. What can someone with diabetes do to stay well?
There are 3 things people with diabetes can do. The first is to manage your blood pressure and your cholesterol, so get them tested regularly and talk to your doctor if they're too high. The second, if you smoke, get help to quit, because smoking affects your circulation, including in your feet. And the third is to manage your blood glucose levels.
That's a great point. So what can someone with diabetes do to manage their blood glucose levels?
Taking your prescribed medication is really important, so is eating well and staying active.
Have you got any tips on what people with diabetes can do to stay well?
Using your Fitbit really helps to track your daily exercise, your steps, your stress and your sleep, which all helps. You can also download our free My Diabetes Journey app, which is like a friend in your pocket that gives you the tips and tricks to live well with diabetes.
This is great. I can do this.
Awesome! Don't forget, Diabetes New Zealand is also here to support you on your journey.
And they're here to support you on your journey too. Visit diabetes.org.nz or call 0800 Diabetes to learn more and find a support group near you.